Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this late morning for a album review, and I hope you enjoyed this album review. This is for the new In This Moment album that I did say I was going to be doing some album reviews this morning for Godmode, the new album that I just got done listening to for this 39-minute album for 10 songs. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for In This Moment's newest single, or newest album, I meant to say. Sorry, I'm thinking it's a track review, and it's not. It's their actual new album review. So let's dive right into this album review, and I'll let you know my thoughts on it. So yeah, let's dive into this review. Now it starts with the opening track, which is the title track, Godmode. I thought this was decent. It wasn't anything great. Maria Brink's vocals sound weird in this track. Like, this certain moments in the verses are pretty solid, but when the chorus comes in, it's kind of cringy. I don't know. I just found the chorus to be slightly decent and not great. So this is a 4 out of 5 for me still. I reviewed the track I think a few months ago, but I gave it a 4 out of 5, and it's still going to get the same rating. The Purge is the next single. This was like the second single for the album's announcement, and honestly, it's a solid track. I don't hate it. I just think there's some cringy moments in the track with Maria Brink's verses in the track, with the want to get the money or whatever, or want to get the girl, want to get the fame or whatever. It's just some cringy lines in the song that kind of ruin the reception a bit. But I think the song overall is alright, so 4.5 out of 5. Army of Me, Jork cover for this song. Jork was the original artist that came up with this track, and I'm gonna be honest, I did not like her version of it. I know it's the original song, but it's not a good song. Her vocals sounded bad, in my opinion, and the song was dull as fuck and just boring. So I was not a fan of that original version, but In This Moment did pretty good with this version. I actually prefer this one over the Jork cover, over the Jork version. I don't know, it's just, her version was kind of crap, and I just couldn't stand it for 3.5 minutes, or almost 4 minutes. So she dragged the song out, but In This Moment shortened it to make it sound good. So 5 out of 5 for this one. Sacrifice is decent, not another iffy track that I don't know if I like, but I think it's alright for what it went for in some areas. But it's a 4 out of 5 for me. There's some areas that do alright, and majority of the song with the production and how it sounds in the chorus just is like decent. 4 out of 5. Skyburner. Excuse my yawning. I woke up a little bit ago and I'm a little bit tired. So, yes, Skyburner is a solid track. It's good in its own way. Maria Brink's vocals sound pretty alright in this track. And the production and all that sound pretty good. So, 5 out of 5. Or 4.5 out of 5. I meant to say, there are some moments where I like it and other moments where I'm unsure what to think of it. So I think it's a good track in its own way. Then comes Sanctify Me, and that's one of my favorite songs for this album. This and the next song are my favorites. I think Army of Me is my personal favorite, the Jork cover. I actually prefer that more. And sorry about the background noise, my nephew is complaining about something. Basically, Sanctify Me is getting a 5 out of 5. It's a really enjoyable track, and I really like this song. Then comes Everything Starts and Ends With You. The production and it's pretty good, and it makes it sound very good, and I am so sorry for my yawning. I'm just, like I said, very tired. I woke up, and I think I got like 7 hours sleep, and that's probably why I'm a little tired too. 7-8 hours, something like that. But yeah, pretty much 5 out of 5 for Everything Starts and Ends With You. Damage featuring Spencer Charnas from Ice Nine Kills. This song is good in its own way, but it does have its issues. The start of it, where Maria Brink is singing it and slightly screaming it sound alright, but it's just the way the song's mixed that I have my problems with this track. And please excuse my yawning throughout this video. It's just trying to wake up to, and I'm having my coffee too. But basically, 4.5 out of 5 for this track. And then comes Fatebringer, the second to last song before we get to the closing track, which I think you know what the closing track is. It's off the John Wick Chapter 4 soundtrack. So I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. Not a bad track to get close to the closing track. So it works for how it's set up. So 4.5 out of 5. Then comes I Would Die For You, the song that's from the John Wick Chapter 4 soundtrack and from the movie too. It's at the end credit scene in the movie. I actually like this track. Another one of my favorite songs. This and Army of Me were my favorites. And Sanctify Me and Everything Starts With You were favorites of mine too. So there might have been at least 4 songs. And give me a second, guys. Gotta pause the video. Sorry about that, guys. My mom was calling me for a moment. So to continue where I left off, basically with I Would Die For You, I really enjoyed this track, so it's a 5 out of 5 for me. Overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think In This Moment, Godmode was an average album. It's not bad. It's better than the Mother album, in my opinion. I think I gave that like a 7 out of 10 3 years ago. A little over 3 years ago. Because it's been about, I think that album came out in March of 2020. But basically, with what I listened to for this release, I was kind of liking it for an extent. I mean, it's not terrible, it's just average. So, first score for me, I'm going to give In This Moment, Godmode a 7.5 out of 10. Average listen. It's not that bad. There are about 4 songs I really like from this album. 4 songs or so that I like from this album. But the rest are solid to decent, in my opinion. So, pretty much 7.5 out of 10 for this album, In This Moment, Godmode. Thank you for watching this album review this morning. Sorry about my yawning, and I'll see you in my next review.